Hey, what's up? It is Workshop Tuesday, and today I'm going to show you how to make these funky shiny boxes. I was really inspired by this artist, William Braemer. He's a Miami artist. I went to one of his shows and I saw a bunch of little squares all lined up on the wall, and I just thought it was so cool. So I guess I'm going to have to stack these so you guys can see what's going on. So basically all this is I use this as like a mold, and then this is just going to be a collaged cube that I am going to coat with Envirotex, which is just a bar top resin, 2-part. It's pretty cool. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is so I'm like a hoarder, and I'm like an image hoarder, so I have like all these funky weird images like for my whole life. Yeah, so we'll just pick one that has a nice color scheme and get started. I don't know, I have this like clam, like this birthday clam. It's pretty cute. Mars. I think I'm gonna go with this one. It has a really nice color scheme. It's from a Vice magazine. And I don't know, I like the red and the blues and mustards and browns, so that'll be what we do. So I'm just gonna pretty much fold this onto the cube. I'm actually gonna go this way. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Put this up higher. Let's do it on this box. So I'm just gonna fold this so it molds around the cube. Just right there. So I'm gonna mark it with my fingers just by pinching the corners, and then I'll take it off and fold it on a flat surface so I know that it's straight. These are just cut up milk or juice cartons. This is like soy milk. This was like really gross milk. Don't get it. Soy milk's good, but like that one is a weird brand. So again, I'm just folding this on a flat surface where I made the little pinch marks, and that's gonna give me the shape I need to fit right over. See that? It's like magic. And I'm just gonna do the same thing for the other two sides. So I'm gonna fold them, pinch on both sides, like that, and then I'll put it on a flat surface to fold it straight. I hope this makes sense to somebody. So now we have this funky shape that doesn't want to fold all together. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the short end corners. So you see there's the fold. We're going to cut these corners on both sides. And you want to cut as along the crease as you can. Again, this is just like a magazine page. I like them because they have a lot of color. If I would just used a piece of paper or something, a little more matte, it wouldn't be as vibrant, I guess. So now I'm just gonna tuck these in. These on the outside. let's get my handy dandy glue. I'm just gonna put glue here and here, and do that on both sides. Okay. And it's okay if it's kind of missing a little chunk. That's all right, because we're gonna continue to collage over it. You just want to make sure, that's why we kind of use the mold. You can push it together and make sure that it's a square. Once this dries, hold on, let me add some more glue. So once this dries, we have a cube like this. It's just kind of, oh, the inside's cool. Paper square, and then we can collage on top of it. And when I collage on top of it, actually, even when I do this part, I want to coat around my block with some saran wrap. And I'm just going to reuse this saran wrap because I don't want to be wasteful. And this is good because if your paper gets glued to whatever's underneath it, because remember there's holes in it and it's not perfect. Sometimes, you know, there's cracks in the corners and everything. So we can always just take the plastic wrap off, and actually this doesn't work, so take the plastic wrap off instead of having to damage our mold, I guess. My fridge is packed with these containers now, juices, everything, just because they're in high demand. All right, so I want to like kind of fold this nicely over it so we don't have too many creases for things to get stuck in. All right. Yeah, and this is actually really important too, to make sure everything's coated for the resin we're gonna put on, because it's never coming off this milk crate. Okay, so this is one I already did. I'm gonna do another layer on this and show you guys that. Get it on. This might be the right fit. Yeah, and I'll talk a little bit about. Okay, so this one's ready. Take that off. Thankfully, that just slid right out. Now we have another cube that we can use. I'm gonna finish this one up. Before I put that on, we need to, this one. We need to measure and cut, but that's the next step, so we'll do this first. Oh, same with this one. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna saran wrap all these. Then we're gonna start collaging, which is so fun. So yeah, I just saw this artwork and I was like, I need that in my kitchen right now. And William's was made out of wood blocks that were coated in some very shiny things, and very, very nice high quality art. So we're gonna make some DIY beautiful blocks to hang in your kitchen. Can you guys see this? Yes, okay. how's everyone's day? I also want to say thank you so much to everyone for tagging us and wanting to be a part of our gallery and our community. Arts District Boston is so grateful. All our artists are amazing, and we will ride or die for you guys. Trust. Anybody who knows me knows I mean it. Okay, so got this bad boy coated up. I'm gonna squeeze this onto it. Much better fit. There we go. And I'm actually gonna just add a little more. I really don't want resin to stick to the milk carton. It's gonna be a mess to get off. And I guess if you have a ton of these, you can definitely just cut them down to the same size, to a square, and just collage right on it. That would actually be a nice solution. But I'm not gonna do that. Not today. All right, we are reconnected. There we go. So this one's ready for another coat of resin. And I'll definitely show you how we do that too. I have scissors and tools. I don't know why I was ripping it apart before. So again, I'm just wrapping these so that when we put resin on them and when we put glue on them, we don't take the cardboard off the box with the whole project, because that will not be a beautiful piece of artwork. No ugly art. Okay, so the next step, once we have our beautiful squares coated in plastic, put it back on, and then we're gonna take some, you gotta find a color that matches. Oh, no. So I'm looking through a big pile of collage supplies right now to try to find a nice thing to glue on, add a little more color to our cube. Okay. Let's add some Van Gogh sunflowers to our cube. All right, and I want to, so right now we're just going to collage these pieces from Sunflower. It's like a postcard, so it's a little stiffer. So even though we're making these cubes with just magazine, by the time you put all the layers on it, it actually turns out to be pretty stiff, especially with the glue too. That's definitely going to help. And I like to just kind of fold them so they can go over the corners. All right. Cool. These actually have a lot of different kind of postcards of famous paintings collaged into it. This block in particular. It's a good one. Yeah, and you just want to layer it till it's firm. and looks beautiful. Like, I think it looks so much better already, and I just put 2 new pieces on. It's also great to have the milk thing, because you can push real hard on it and definitely make it stick to that cube shape. So no one told me about their day yet. I'm really invested. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and start the resin very soon. We're about halfway through our tutorial right now, maybe a little more. I don't want to keep you here too long. So yeah, let me just go ahead and do that. Cool, so yeah, we cut little shapes, cut big shapes first. Big shapes on the bottom of the cube. And then littler shapes on the top layers. Just trust. All right, let's go see our resin. And we're going back to our mat here. The production value. Okay, what are we looking at? Yeah, that works. Okay. So what I have here is 2-part resin, the one I showed you earlier. Envirotex Light Pour On High Gloss. I think the high gloss is important. So I'm just going to use this cup and a paintbrush, and this will be my measuring cup. I don't know if you have to shake this. Something really important is to get all the bubbles out. Make this look a little neater. It's everywhere. Trash. So I just want to fill. I'm only going to use a little bit. I made this really elaborate mold. Here. Oh, this is wax paper. Well, it's butcher paper. And that's great because the resin won't stick to the butcher paper. So butcher paper and saran wrap is pretty good. You see I can take this piece of dried resin right off my saran wrap. Okay. So I made this big elaborate mold, which actually doesn't work that well because to take it out once the resin is hardened, you have to kind of squeeze and manipulate this. Okay, so anyway, I have about that much. And it's 2 equal parts, so you just want to make sure it's 2 equal parts. I also do this by looking at how much I've taken out of the container. Kind of put them next to each other and see if they're even. Yeah, looks about even. Maybe a little more of this one. Perfect. if you guys would like to host a tutorial, if anyone wants to host a tutorial or teach us something about your art, definitely reach out for an opportunity. Guys, this full moon, it's kicking my butt. How are you guys dealing with it? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll just record this again, we'll see. So you want it to really be mixed, but this is gonna make some bubbles. And bubbles are not good for resin. Alright. But you really want it to be mixed, so a little bit of a balance there. Yeah, and again, this mold probably isn't a good idea because I want to be able to coat every side. So like for this one, I'm going to turn it on its least shiny side. Wow, this is so bubbly, that's not good. And mush it up a little. Yeah, I gotta get rid of some of these bubbles. Oops. As it sets, you want to check on it every once in a while and make sure you're popping the bubbles. Otherwise, it's not going to dry that nice. I think if I maybe pour it in a really thin stream, the bubbles will go away. No, not really. Alright. I want it to be super shiny, so I'm going to make a really thick coat. And just use my brush to spread it around. It's pretty sticky, so it won't run everywhere, but definitely being careful and controlling where it goes. If you've never used bar top resin, 2-part resin, definitely give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. Definitely experiment with it. I highly recommend it. Even just, I made an acrylic painting recently with my boy, and we just put this bar top resin on top of it, and it made it look so good. It gives it like a real nice shine. It kind of turns any project into just like this sealed masterpiece. So nice. Ah, and I just totally missed the cube. Yeah. Yes, I totally missed the cube. And I should be putting this on something and being smart, like laying it on saran wrap. But instead I'm just letting it drip onto the wax paper, because, you know, learn from my mistakes if you made it this far in the video. But yeah, so pretty much I'm just gonna coat this and then we'll let it dry. And we'll have these shiny blocks that look really nice. Again, just making sure to pop all the little bubbles as they come up. Nice. Alright. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for more fun stuff.